So I'm gonna step back and let you have the floor, man. Tell the people what's up.
Well, I've just been seeing a lot of people saying that they have Godwin in their top 10 dynasty wide receiver rankings, and I think that's kind of absurd. You know what I mean? He's a great receiver. Don't get me wrong. I'm not even questioning his talent. I just think there's just too much ball to go around there. And now with the signing of Antonio Brown, that's a definite. And you got Mike Evans there. You know what I mean? So I can see Mike Evans being a top 10, but I can't see two of them. And if unless there is injury, bearing any setback or injury, Godwin's gonna get that volume. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying with everybody out on the field. Rojo's like his new passing running back. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he's got everybody, all the weapons he needs. I don't think that Godwin ends up being a top 10 receiver after this year's done, unless Mike Evans or somebody were to go down. I think that I think AB's gonna have a really good season. You know, out of that slot. You know, you just see how Brady got the ball to Edelman in New England, and he loves that slot receiver. So I mean, AB's a pretty good slot receiver. I'm not saying that he's bad. I just don't have him in my top 10. You know, he's definitely not a bad pickup at all. I just see a lot of people throwing his name out there. You know, a top 10 receiver. You know, he did get that volume last year, but remember, AB was not there for the beginning of the season. He came in probably, I think it was the ninth game, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, week 9.
So you know, it's just something to consider when you're doing a startup, any type of startup. You know, you got to consider. You know, he's a great wide receiver. I am not knocking this guy. This guy is a beast. You know, I just think there's a lot of ball to go around, and I just think that Brady loves Mike Evans because he's never had a receiver like Mike Evans, and you already know how he likes the slot. So, you know, I have him somewhere probably, you know, top 20, you know, somewhere in there. You know what I mean? Maybe a little, maybe even past the 20th, you know, but not,
That's a
I don't think,
spicy take.
yeah, I don't think I would drop him that you know, that low. But at the end of the day, if somebody does it, I wouldn't look at it as a bad move. At the end of the day, you got to think about it, man. You know, like there's a lot of ball to go around there. A lot. You got Mike Evans on one end, you got Godwin on the other end, then you got Antonio Brown in the slot, then you got your boy Gronk tight end. You know what I mean? So it's like it's a great offense. You know what I mean? And I see, you know, I know how Brady works. I see Brady exploiting the defense depending on who they're playing. You know what I mean? One day it might be Evans. I'm pretty sure Godwin's gonna have his games where he blows up, but I don't think it's gonna be such a consistent thing that he ends up in the top 10 of wide receiver. I don't think that's something that I think that's a hot take. To be
Sure.
honest with you, to put them in your 10th, to have them in your top 10, I think it's a hot take. You know, because then you got to have Mike Williams in there too. So then you're gonna have two Tampa Bay receivers in the top 10. Eh, you know,
Well,
I'm not saying it can't be done, but that's crazy. That's a hot take.
well. So when you brought up Godwin, right? My first thought was we were gonna have our first fight on our second episode because I have been all on Godwin, bro. I was on Godwin before he blew up. I remember that one trade I had with you in that South Florida league. I grabbed Godwin before he blew up, and I love him everywhere, bro. I love him everywhere. But when I started doing some deep diving, right? Um, he's going. If you're doing a startup, bro, right now he's currently going as wide receiver 14, bro, and that's at the end of the third, early fourth round, right? Right around him, you got Michael Thomas and Terry McLaurin going in the middle of round 3, and you got A-Rob and you got Amari Cooper going around right after Godwin around the middle of the fourth, bro. I would rather wait and grab A-Rob or Cooper, bro, Amari Cooper, in my eyes, for sure, man. And on top of that, like you said, week 19, that's when AB came back, bro. When AB came back, he was averaging 11.47 fantasy points per game, bro. Okay, Godwin was averaging 13 points, and your boy Mike Evans was going 18 points a game.